Today we're doing an unboxing and overview for our friends over at Perixx. This is the Periboard-410 mini keyboard. We're going to be obviously having a look around the box, looking at the actual product and then giving you my final views on the actual keyboard itself. So it features flat scissor keys, obviously it's a mini keyboard, and it comes also with a built-in USB hub. Obviously all the stuff that they do is designed over in Germany and come with a 2-year warranty. So obviously that's the actual box itself. Just moving this around, it's quite simple branding, obviously compatible with all versions of Windows. Moving on to the back, we've got mini size, which is 299 by 149 by 19 millimeters, high quality X-type scissor keys, and a built-in USB hub as well. And obviously it's got a USB interface. So let's go and open the box and have a look at the actual keyboard itself. If I can just get into it. There we go. So as you can see, everything comes very nicely packaged and protected. So we're just going to go and remove the actual keyboard, and I'm also going to go and just remove this protective bag from this. And also on the inside we do also get a user manual, so I'm just going to close the box up and just stick that down over there for a moment if it will just stand up. So the user manual itself is going to be quite simple, I would imagine. Just basically telling you a little bit about the actual keyboard, how to clean it, etc., what not to do with it, etc. And then we got the actual keyboard itself here. So we're just going to remove this protective strip off at the top. There we go. So that's the actual keyboard itself, and the first thing I can tell you is it's extremely lightweight. Obviously it's a mini keyboard, so you're not going to have the numpads over on the right hand side over here, but it looks very nice indeed. Obviously we've got the Perixx branding along the top here. We've got the usual LEDs up the top here to indicate scroll lock, caps lock, etc. Just moving this around, you can see how thin the actual keyboard itself is. Looks very thin, very nice indeed. On this side is where you got your included USB 2.0 hub, so you are able to plug like a USB pen stick or something like that into this. Moving on to the bottom, we have got 4 rubber tips to obviously stop it from scratching the surface and from moving around, etc. And that's complemented by 2 additional ones in the corner here. We've also got a couple of keyboard risers, so I'll show you the actual profile on this when we lay it down in a moment. And then coming on from here, coming out the actual keyboard, you've got quite a long, probably about a 1.5 meter cable going into a USB connector to plug it into your system. So that's the actual keyboard itself. The keys that's on there are sort of quite a large size actually for a mini keyboard, to be fair. Pretty simple layout. So you've got a function key here, which is obviously then going to bring up some multimedia, an internet browser keys along the top. And you've got play, pause, skip, home, search, etc. And obviously you use the function key to access insert and pause as well. Obviously you've got your keypad down, the arrow keys down at the bottom there. So let's just bring you in and have a closer look. Okay, so this will basically hopefully give you a bit of an indication as to how low the actual keyboard itself is. As you can see, it's really not coming off the ground at all, off the actual desk. What I'm going to do is just flick the risers back down. So again, stick that down there, so hopefully you get a bit of an indication. With the keyboard riser on the bottom there not being lifted up, not put in the upright position, you might find that sticking a USB pen drive into here might be a bit of a tricky situation without sort of lifting it up and then sticking it in. But that ain't too much of an issue at all. It's definitely not something that will put me off the actual keyboard. So I'm just going to stick this back up. Also we're looking at flat scissor keys on the actual key itself, and I must admit, sort of typing on this actually feels very nice indeed. Very nice amount of response from the actual keys. Layout is quite a nice size. I mean, I've got probably medium hands, and I see my hands cover across both, or the entire actual keyboard itself, so it feels very nice. Obviously it's a mini keyboard, so for unless you're specifically looking for one, when it comes to picking between this and like a full-size keyboard, you might sort of find that it takes a little bit of time to actually get used to. So what I'm going to do I'm going to go and plug this into my system. I'm going to go and type a few things and use it day to day as I would normally, and I'll come back to you with my thoughts in a moment. Okay, so now on to my personal thoughts about the Perixx Periboard-410. Despite the wafer-thin design, the build quality on this keyboard is absolutely fantastic. The keys are actually quite a nice size despite the fact that it is a mini keyboard, and the overall layout is pretty damn good. I like the fact that it does come with multimedia buttons and various other different function buttons, which is quite a nice accessory, and also the USB port that's on the left hand side there. The only problem I would say is that it might be a little bit tricky to plug a USB stick into, so if it was myself I would have actually put that around the back of the actual keyboard. But apart from that, design, build quality, absolutely fantastic, 2-year guarantee, pretty damn cheap as well. It's a very cheap keyboard, but it's going to do everything that you need it to do. So if you're looking for a keyboard for your home theatre system, or for a small form factor system that you just need a quick little easy keyboard just to put out the way, or whether or not you want to use this instead of typing on your laptop, for example, it's a very good keyboard. So we hope you like the unboxing and overview for the Perixx Periboard-410, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next video. We hoped you liked our video review. If you did, then please leave a like, as well as any comments or questions you may have down below. Full details and specifications on this item can be found at our website, NismoTech.com, along with all the links for purchasing if you wish. Also on our site you'll find our latest reviews and current giveaways, plus a lot more. We look forward to seeing you in our next review.